Good morning, everybody. It's Eric from the Reptile Room. We've got some updates happening here. Let's check them out. So it's a little bit messy because we're in the midst of moving everything, but we have expanded our classroom to accommodate larger groups. We got to tidy some of this junk up and get it put away, but if you recall, it used to end right here, and now it carries on another 5 feet or so, and you can get much closer to seeing Mr. Goober. You can get much closer to seeing the tegus who are currently having a snooze. And also Miss Banana. So how about that? Let's check in on our blood python eggs from Ruby and Voorhees. And it looks like one of them isn't aging so well. Let's take a bit of a closer look at that. You want to check on these things periodically, so that you can see when this is happening. This egg has clearly lost the plot. It is no bueno. It is lacking in bueno. But sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. We still got 15 really good ones here. And you can see where this egg was touching the other eggs. There's no mold buildup on there, because there's this lovely little antimicrobial shielding happening on eggs that are quite good. Interestingly enough, that egg wasn't stuck to the rest of the clutch either. It was an egg that was loose from the others, which tells you maybe Ruby had an idea of what was going on there when she was coiled around him. So let's get rid of that one and carry on with our day. We also have a new animal up for sale.
Eric!
It's not Eric. Eric isn't for sale. That got abolished. We can't do that anymore.
True, I need Eric. I'd buy him.
Well, that's set. Send your offers, honestly, because, we could use the dough, and for enough, you never know. You never know. Alrighty, but it is this. This is Mr. Bucket. He is what was formerly referred to as a Goines or an Appalachian king snake. Realistically, these are the Lampropeltis getula, just the common or eastern king snake. These are all considered the same species now with the progress of gene mapping, and you can see him very curious about the phone. If Mr. Bucket has a reputation for anything, it's assuming that everything on the planet is edible. Oh shit, he's coming at me. He's not always going to try eat you, just most of the time. Now, as Mr. Bucket's on his way out, we have someone on their way in. You recall our wee little pixie frog that we showed off a while ago? Well, this big fella just came in. This is Sir Pickles of Dillsworth, and he is large. Now, these guys can eat food that's really, really big. So this is a frog that has outgrown the point of just eating little bugs. On occasion, he'll still get that. But he's eating much larger food items now. Isn't that right, Sir Pickles? You're magnificent. You're going to do really well here. The dart frogs have settled in well to their new enclosures as well. The Sipilawini's water feature is holding up just how I was hoping it would, so I'm super thrilled with that. Now let's check real quick for some eggs. I've got some petri dishes hidden in here that I keep damp. And what they'll do is they'll lay their eggs in here, and then once those eggs hatch, the frogs will carry the eggs over to a water source, usually just a little bit of water and a bromeliad or something. Now there's no eggs in there right now, so we'll pop that back in place and put the privacy leaf where it needs to go. And let's check our blue Azurus here. Did you lay eggs for me, buddy? I doubt it. These guys have just gotten in this enclosure recently, so don't come jumping out at me here. You go that way. Now, this is a poison dart frog. If it was in the wild and I touched it, that could be problematic for me. But in captivity, we feed them flightless fruit flies and springtails, and it renders them harmless to touch. Although I wouldn't recommend licking them. Yeah, no eggs in there either yet. But I'll give it some time. It'll happen.
You're a good boy. Yeah. Yes, you are.
And then there's this. Our African dwarf frogs. I redid their tank recently. We had a lovely customer of ours, Natasha, brought by some plants, and I used some plants I also had. So we got some lovely live plants going on in here in a freshly cleaned tank, and this really fun crushed black glass substrate, which wouldn't really be ideal for growing plants in, which is why we've got this fluval strata clay substrate underneath. Super nutritious stuff, so this should do really well. As per usual, the fire-bellied toads are having tadpoles faster than I can get them out of there. It's not a big deal. I'll just pull them out when they start to metamorphize, but there's sure a lot of them. Good job, buddy. Our tokay gecko eggs should be hatching any day now. They're coming up on due. And then we'll have more of these guys. I'm not getting too close because Jawbreaker here has a bit of a tood to him. Hi, Tang. How you doing, baby? This is one of my favorite bearded dragons. She's not all that big, but she's got this beautiful orange throat on her. She's quite something, aren't she, girl? Yeah. And Oliebolin is settling into her nice new digs quite well. She's going into blue, though. You can see it in the eye. So she's going to have a nice shed soon. She's still available. Come on by, check her out. She's a lovely lady. And that is everything new for today, guys. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you tomorrow.